Not having the lineage factor was what shaped Sanji's life. He suffered bullying, persecution, and rejection from his family, crucial factors for his troubled childhood. But what if he had awakened the lineage factor like his brothers? How would his journey have been? Come with me as I capture all the details of Sanji's personality and elaborate on this what if in a way you're going to love. The lineage factor essentially grants increased strength, speed, endurance, and an exoskeleton far superior to that of a human, resulting in durability beyond average human levels. In other words, they are superhumans. Here, we're going to analyze how Sanji's life would have been if he were born this way. First, we need to make one thing clear. In this version, Sanji would retain his feelings, dreams, and personality. In the original work, Sora, Sanji's mother, gave birth to quadruplets, of which only Sanji was born as an ordinary human due to certain medications she took. But in this version, we'll consider that she took the medication to prevent Sanji's lineage factor from activating. However, while he would become a superhuman, he would still retain his emotions and his ability to disobey all of Judge's orders, unlike Reiju, who, despite having emotions, cannot go against her father. So Sanji is born, and his father sees him as an extremely useful warrior. Judge does not despise him, as he sees the utility in his son's great powers. He raises and indoctrinates his children to strengthen the evil empire of Germa, whose goal for the 5 siblings is to conquer, steal, and expand the military, technological, financial, and geographical power of the empire. Years pass amidst wars, and Sanji is now 12 years old. He has always been an enthusiast of cooking, fascinated by books that spoke of the All Blue, the famous sea where all the fish from the 4 seas meet. So, amid so much bloodshed, Sanji approaches his sister and tells her that he intends to escape with her from this world full of cruelty surrounding them. Reiju, though confused by this, takes her brother's hand and joins him in the escape. The plan was to take advantage of the attack on the kingdom they were executing and board a ship that would sail directly to the East Blue. But as they are about to succeed, Judge appears and realizes that his children want to flee. He says, "If you want to escape, I don't care. I wanted ruthless children who would do everything for the Germa kingdom. But you, with these foolish dreams and girly cooking, I can't stand it anymore. Leave before I kill you." However, Reiju will not go. She obeys me and will be useful to our kingdom. Unfortunately, Reiju can do nothing, as she has been conditioned to obey everything her father commands. Sanji even tries to fight him but loses miserably. Thus, he heads to the ship, promising that one day he will return to rescue her from that hell. Sanji's new life begins, and he starts living as he always dreamed. He is a cook on a ship and is learning the trade. However, the ship is suddenly attacked by the powerful pirate Zeff, the Red Leg. It's then that Sanji shows his colleagues that he is, in fact, an exceptional fighter. Even at just 12 years old, he possesses incredible strength, having already participated in countless battles and wars with Germa. Sanji defeats the powerful Zeff with relative ease, demonstrating that he is far superior. While fighting, Sanji talks about his dream of finding the All Blue. Additionally, he fights only with his legs, just as Zeff had done all his life. Because of his dream to find the All Blue, his fighting style using only his legs, and his passion for cooking, Zeff forms a sentimental bond with the boy and invites him to sail the seas in search of this great treasure. Of course, at first Sanji doesn't like the idea of traveling with the pirate, but he decides to keep the old man around while he recovers from the injuries he sustained. In the end, all the time they spend together allows Sanji to see how incredible the old man truly is, and if he really wants to find the All Blue, he should set out with this pirate rather than remain on a cook's ship. So they both embark on a journey through the Grand Line in search of one thing, the All Blue. Along the way, they recruit a few cooks and establish the Cook Pirates. For 7 years, they sail the Grand Line, trying everything to find this legendary sea, but in the end, all attempts fail, and they return to the East Blue, specifically to Logtown, the island of beginning and end. Zeff, unfortunately, is no longer in good health. All the fighting has taken a toll on him, forcing him to step down as captain of the Cook Pirates. Sanji wants to continue with the crew, but Zeff tells him that he's been with the wrong group all along, as a bunch of washed up nobodies from the old generation would never be able to find the All Blue. Then, an opportunity arises. In Logtown, Sanji encounters a pirate with a 30 million berry bounty. After this pirate is miraculously saved from execution by a lightning strike, Zeff remarks, "Did you see how he smiled before he was struck? I haven't seen that since the days of the Pirate King. The way he escaped that close call, it must be fate." Sanji, go with them. This is your crew. Though reluctant, Sanji senses the sincerity in Zeff's words and asks to join the Straw Hats. Naturally, Luffy loves the idea, as he's been searching for a cook for his crew. Sanji starts off strong. With his unique body, his metabolism functions differently, preventing him from getting drunk. Even after drinking, he remains sober and alert, noticing that the people of Whiskey Peak are plotting against the Straw Hats. Using his powers, he easily defeats everyone. Later, in Little Garden, Mr. 3 and Mr. 5 are no match for Sanji, who once again proves his strength. Luffy is a bit confused to see that the cook is stronger than him, while Zoro stays silent, knowing he can't compete with Sanji. In Drum, Sanji uses his suit to fly and quickly take Nami to Dr. Kureha, which makes things much easier there. In Alabasta, the events unfold similarly to the original version. Sanji is vastly stronger than Bon Clay. However, Mr. 2's transformations into a woman distract him, preventing him from helping Zoro against Mr. 1 or Luffy against Crocodile. In the end, the Straw Hats save Alabasta and head to Skypiea. This time, Sanji isn't taken down by a simple lightning bolt from Enel. He holds his ground and fights Enel, the God, for a long time. However, the fact that he can't touch his opponent prevents him from winning. After many attacks, Sanji loses, but ends up exhausting Enel, making things a bit easier for Luffy. In Water 7, Sanji faces Rob Lucci. It's worth noting that Sanji already has 7 years of experience on the Grand Line. As a superhuman with durability, strength, and regeneration, he surpasses Lucci's leopard form and emerges victorious in Water 7 itself. In Thriller Bark, Sanji is caught off guard by Moria and has his shadow stolen. It's up to Nightmare Luffy to handle the situation and defeat them. In Sabaody, Sanji can't do anything against Kuma, Kizaru, and the Pacifistas, and is sent to the island of the Okamas. There, Sanji takes a big step. He learns Haki of Armament and Observation, placing him at a completely superior level compared to before. With this Haki, Fishman Island and Punk Hazard pose no challenge. Curiously, in Dressrosa, he fights against Doflamingo and shows a slight superiority as Doffy's threads cannot overcome his resilient body. We don't get to see if he would have been able to defeat him, as Big Mom's ship arrives at that moment, forcing Sanji to flee with the others directly to Zoo. There, what everyone already knows happens, the marriage with Pudding. As Big Mom is threatening Zeff, Sanji decides to leave the Straw Hats and go back to save Zeff's life. Upon arrival, he reunites with his sister Reiju. He feels sad because instead of saving her, he has come back to this hell again. It is then that Luffy appears, in search of his beloved cook. But unfortunately, the situation unfolds as we all know. Over time, Sanji reconciles with his captain and apologizes for attacking him. They then come up with an escape plan where they would not only get away but also take Reiju with them. In the end, after Sanji bakes the cake to satisfy Big Mom's insatiable hunger and Luffy faces Katakuri, they manage to escape. Additionally, when Sanji saves his family from the hands of Big Mom's pirates, he rescues Reiju and knocks her out so that she wouldn't hear their father's orders and could refuse any request to stay. Thus, they set off for Onigashima with 2 awakened humans. Sanji's complete mastery of his lineage factor powers allows him to fight on equal footing with King, even managing to put pressure on him. However, he doesn't win because he steps back to save some ladies who are calling for help. Reiju helps Marco in the battle against King and Queen, and in the end, she manages to prevent Marco from reaching the point of exhaustion. This is a huge boost for the battle, as now, in the final fight, we have none other than Marco and Zoro against King, and Sanji and Reiju against Queen. I don't even need to mention how much this facilitates the fight for the Samurai Alliance. They defeat the commanders without Zoro and Sanji reaching their limits, and still manage to find time to help Law and Kid against Big Mom. With all these nearly intact monsters to fight, the battle in Onigashima becomes even easier, allowing Luffy to defeat Kaido with greater ease. Thus, the victory of the Straw Hats is made easier with Sanji awakened from the start. What if you subscribed to the channel and activated the notification bell? It would be great to receive the videos that will be posted here firsthand, don't you think? So click that little button, I'm sure you won't regret it. Thank you very much for everything, a big hug, and see you next time.